Hello. Quick video. I looked all over line trying to find different methods on how to do the headlights for the Batmobile. As you see here, that was kind of rough. It looks kind of trashy. This here though, look at that. Kind of cleaned it up. It looks a lot better. But let me show you how I went from doing this trash, focus, to actually doing this right here. And just to give you a quick preview, because I know it's hard to tell, let's take a quick sneak peek and I'm gonna show you. So this is what I considered the trash. Look at that. Looks decent, you know. It's somewhat okay. All right, let's see if it'll actually, there we go, focused. Somewhat okay. But now I want you to see this. Now that, my friends, look like it's two little bulbs in there, like it's the headlights peeking through. Let me show you how I got to this point. So, of course, you're gonna need the regular items that everybody else is talking about. You need, preferably, the orange sheet. I already have this one cut, and a yellow sheet. These are those binder tabs. You can tell because of the clips. So I took that, cut me up some pieces. I got 3-part yellow, 1 part orange. You see them there? Now this is what I did. So I took a yellow and orange first. Of course, you gotta have your hot glue gun, Bladal. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna throw your little layer on there. Try to keep the lines as close as possible to prevent any bubbles. And let's get that on there. Not too much, you know, just enough to get it right there in the center. You see that? Take this here, the orange, you're just gonna slap it right there on top. Once you put it on top, get you something firm. And all you're gonna do is put it right there from the center. Try not to roll it around on that, but squish it as much as you can. And whatever you do, when you squish it, don't try to roll the wheel, because if you do, you're gonna get some of that hot glue on the actual product that you need to use. All right, so let's go ahead and we have that. We're gonna give it a minute or two. Let's just peel this up so it don't get stuck to the paper, like so. Booyah. Oh, I got a little piecey. That's what I'm talking about. But see, that was already kind of drying, and actually once it dries, you can still kind of get that off with your hand, but we don't even have to worry about that. We got plenty of material still there. And you probably didn't even see that little boo-boo right there. Okay, let's focus that back in. Focus. There it is. You see the little bad mistake I made, but it doesn't matter, because as you see, we still have plenty of material there to work with. All right, once that's done, and you're basically going to take this, lay it right back down. This is where you're going to add the additionals. Now, what I tried to do, I had the 1 part yellow. As you see, the yellow is on the bottom, the orange is on the top. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So what I did, I took that and I then put my extra yellows. They're going to go on the top of the orange side. So let's go ahead and move this paper over a little bit so we can start the next row. We're just going to do the same method all over again. Put a couple of lines in. Oh, kind of running out. Make sure you always have a extra stick handy so that way you don't mess up your job while you're working. We're gonna get that in there. Let's get this other one. Yeah, right down the center. Take your yellow slip. Sit it right here on top. And even if you don't have nothing hard, you can take your hand, your finger, just make sure you don't get no glue on your fingers, and try to go back in and roll it out. But look, it's as simple as that. All I'm doing is just compacting it. I'm just compacting it, making sure it's nice and spread around in the inside, at least enough to cover the area that I need to use. All right, see, that kind of stuck, but it's okay. So far, so good. We still got enough coverage in there to do what we need to do. And not only that, but that one part that was messed up, you see how it's dry now? You still can go back and rub your finger across it, and it'll slowly take that material away if you still needed that little piece that you messed up on. But it's neither here or there for now. This is just a quick tutorial. Still got one more side. Remember, we're just gonna add the last two on the orange side. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this ready. I do prefer that you use something that's nice and flat, so that way it doesn't have these little bubbles in it. Well, not bubbles, but like wrinkles. But if you don't, and all you have is a finger, hey, get to it. That's all I can say. Get to it. All right, so let's go ahead and get this last little strip on real quick and move over to the next process. If you do see something like I have a little small bubble in there, just shoot that hot glue right on in that bubble. Let's go ahead and get this last strip on. And we're gonna try to get this one nice and smushed out. All right, there we go. And then once we have this one smushed out, we're gonna give it a second or two to dry, okay? For video purposes, I'm not going to really let this one dry out all the way. I'm sorry, not dry, but kind of get hard. I'm going to keep it moving, okay? So next, you do need your pieces. The old thing, the old headlight that came from a body of the Batmobile. Well, you don't theoretically need it, but I like it as a guide. So we take this. Actually, before we even do that, we're just going to try to cut off a little bit of this excess here. So we're going to take a piece off there. We're going to take a little piece off of here where, I don't know if I'm there. Let's see. Probably should have zoomed in more. We're going to take off a little chunk there. We're going to flatten this bottom half out. We are almost there. Look at that. Thing is so clear. Let's see if it can, and look at that. I don't know if I can get it to zoom in. There we go. Look at that. It's like a little miniature headlight almost. Now, the last part is you got to just use some skills. All I did was try to flatten the bottom half of that onto the bottom half of this. Well, first off, look at your material. Make sure you pick, because you can see right here on this corner where the inside glue is not all the way there. So if I had to, I could theoretically just switch it over where I have the whole filler. Oh, let me zoom in. Where I have all of the filling in there, and I can slap this on either way, as long as I got enough material on both sides, or just from right here. But I just need to make sure I have this moved over to the point where it's not, where I have enough material there to cut. Come on, zoom in. I have enough material to cut. All right, so next, all you do is just cut the material. So we're gonna cut this here, right along the lines of that. And we're gonna line this back up again. We're gonna try to cut. Now, when you do this cut here, you see on the edges, right there, on that side and on that side, give yourself just a hair of a piece off. Don't try to cut it exactly to the measures of this. So let me cut that real quick. Let me put this back. We're gonna cut. Come on, baby. Cut that off. Come on this side. Got a little bit off of that. Well, I have my line, so now I know where I'm cutting. We're just gonna cut that off. All right. Let's move some of this material out of the way. All right. We're gonna go ahead and grab this Batmobile out. So now this is what we have. All right, I know you probably saw the little crease in there, and I'm sure there is a possibility if I continue to try to perfect this method, that there is a possibility that I can get rid of that. I'm sure if I had something that had a curve, preferably maybe if I had something like this where I could flex this on it like that, it would probably work a lot. I'm gonna have to get me a hot hair dryer and see if I'm able to do that. That's another day. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So I didn't seal the other headlight in, the one that I just recently did, which is a new one, but I'm gonna pop it out for you so you can see. Booyah. You see that? Just like that. That's all you're gonna do with this other one, the one that we just created. You're gonna take that and you're gonna put it on here. Once you put it on and you have an ideal of exactly how much material you need to cut, that's what you're going to do next. You're going to continue to cut it down slowly until you get it. Let me show both of these. Until you get it to the point where you have one that's more rounded out to mimic that space. You see, this is the one that I had, but we're just going to try to mimic that space. Now, once you do that and you have it all cut to size, you're going to come back to the light and you're just going to work. Oh, let me flip that over. It was upside down. And then all you're going to do is kind of work it in. So as you see here, it fits flush because we didn't. Now, originally, and the reason why it looks so sloppy is because I tried to do just the hot glue method, and that method wasn't working for me. Just trying to set it in, it was sloppy. I didn't like it. It came out. This is as good as I was able to get it just by trying to use that method and just lay something on the top. I didn't like that method. So here we go. We're gonna just take this, we're gonna fit it in, slowly pop everything back on in there. And once it's in to your likings, booyah. Now it is flushed in there. Let me see if I can get the camera to at least try to zoom. Come on, work with me. Ooh, these Samsung phones is out of control. All right, but look, it's there. Now what I might do later on is see if I can try to work out these little creases that you can see here. But I'm telling you, from where I'm sitting at now, those little creases are nothing compared to what I had going on here, because once you put the light in on the backside of this, it's so foggy and it just doesn't look like a headlight to me. Anyway, I hope this helps out somebody. Drop some questions or comments down below. Thank you.